Good morning, Blitzers. Welcome back to day 4 out of 5, going very well. Great to have you still on board. So why do I focus on men's health? The reason is, firstly, I'm a bloke, so I kind of have an understanding of what men go through. I also chose the 40-year-old plus age bracket because I'm 47 and it makes sense that I want to work with the demographic that I'm a part of. But most importantly, it's because more men die of cardiovascular disease than women do. And it's a part of our makeup, our societal expectation, that we don't talk about it very much. So I want to talk about men's health. I want to talk about the fact that you are more prone to die of cardiovascular disease than a woman of the same age, who does the same exercise, who has the same rituals. You're more likely to die before she does. So that's where Fit Fellas was born from. That's what we do. That's why we do what we do, is trying to help blokes lose the gut. To have longer, happier, healthy lives. The impact that losing the gut's going to have on you is not just about your increased health though. It's about you feel like you've got more energy. You feel like you've got more of a skip in your step. You become a better role model for your kids, for your people you work with, for family and friends. You become a better version of you. I know that when I'm exercising regularly and eating great food, I'm more productive at work. I'm a nicer bloke to be around. I'm more fun to be around. I'm absolutely sharp and I get more done in the same amount of time. So that's why we focus on this demographic and doing what we do, and we like to think that we do it pretty well. Let's talk about the intensity of the exercise with which you're participating at the moment. Because intensity is crucial. If we go too soft, we don't get the results. There's no stress for the body to respond to. If we go too hard and the stress is too high, we're going to injure ourselves or just make for a really unpleasant regime. So we've got to find that happy medium. So what I suggest for people is that on a scale of 1 to 10, 1 being you're asleep, 10 being you are completely exhausted, where we need to start our exercise is at about a 5. So a 5 out of 10 means you're huffing and puffing a little bit, but you can still carry on a conversation. The reason I choose a 5 out of 10 is because we often get too carried away with being too intense too fast and wind up putting people off from doing exercises. This is one of my bugbears about the whole fitness industry, is that we think we've got to smash people in order to get a result. At 5 out of 10, you're getting a little bit of stress in your body, but it's more a warm-up regime than actually a high-intensity workout. So during the warm-up and the cool-down, 5 out of 10 is a great place for you to be. In the body of the workout, right in the middle, I'm going to suggest you aim for about a 7, maybe an 8 out of 10, but more likely a 7 out of 10. So you feel like you're actually working, you feel like you can't do this indefinitely, but you're not dying of heat exhaustion or overdoing it. You're not straining muscles and all that sort of thing. Finding that intensity that suits you, that matches what you're looking for, is intense enough to get you off the couch, but not so much that you wind up injuring yourself or putting you off from exercise. That is the secret sauce. That's the spot that we're aiming for. So, great thing to focus on as far as whatever your exercise is today, is making sure the intensity is right for you. No one else can tell you what that should be. We can give you some guidelines around it, but you're in charge of how hard you exercise your body. From a nutrition perspective, I'm going to ask you to follow up on what you did yesterday from a shopping perspective and making sure that you're getting rid of the rubbish in your life that you don't need. Take a photo of your fridge and your pantry, post it in the Facebook group below. Let the rest of us know what your fridge and your pantry looks like. So take 2 photos. If you're clever enough to put them together and load them up as one photo, great. Otherwise, 2 individual photos, one of your fridge, one of your pantry. Let's be honest about everything that we're doing on this journey together, so that we're not just talking about what we might do, but here's some physical evidence. One of the things that Australians do really poorly is verbally acknowledge the times when they do things well. And I'm as guilty of this as anyone. When we do things well, we've got to give ourselves a little pat on the back and acknowledge the good stuff that we've done, even if it's just baby steps, even if it's just you made a decision to drive home a different way last night, so you didn't drive past a bottle shop, so you didn't get the bottle of booze, or you didn't drive past the milk bar, so you didn't get the chocolate. You made a decision that was good for your health. And quite often we just say, oh, well, that's all well and good, but I ate too much at lunchtime or something like that. And we dismiss it as being nothing. It's really important that we acknowledge the things that we do well and reinforce that behaviour. We've got to treat ourselves like we're training a puppy. When a puppy does something well, we give it a big round of applause and we say, good on you, puppy, that's a great job, well done. We need to do the same thing, probably to a lesser extent with ourselves, but just acknowledge the things that we do well and say, that was a good decision. I'm really glad that I made that decision for myself, and I'm going to be a lot healthier because I made that decision. So it's a little mindset thing that you need to acknowledge the times when you make smart decisions to reinforce that behavior. So keep that in mind the next time you do something that you go, okay, that's different for me. This is a behavior that I'd like to do more of naturally in my life. Give yourself plenty of positive reward for it. On the flip side, do not beat yourself up if you slip up along the way. We are human and we are all going to slip up at some stage on this journey called life. When you do that, look for the triggers that caused you to make that crap decision or led you to eating the whole pizza or 2 or 3 or drinking the whole slab of beer or doing whatever it was that you did. Try and work out what happened beforehand and what may have contributed to you making that crap decision for yourself. So next time when it comes along, you go in with your eyes open. You're aware that when I do this, when I'm tired and exhausted and I'm driving home, that's when I go through the drive-through bottle shop or the drive-through Macca's to get the quick fix that I'm looking for. So instead of doing that, what I'm going to do is make sure that I've eaten plenty of food in the afternoon and I've stayed hydrated. So on the way home, I'm not dehydrated or I'm not starving, and I can actually make a smart food decision when I'm back in my house where I've got access to good quality foods. They're the little things that we need to keep an eye on. So I'm looking forward to seeing the posts below of photos of what's in your fridge and what's in your pantry. And again, all we're doing is speaking to your subconscious about the things that are in your life which are now being made public. Hope you have a great day. Hope your exercise goes really well today. And don't forget, make every moment matter. Cheers.